Hey guys, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. So today I am going to be bringing you a YALC haul. So if you don't know, YALC is the UK YA, so Young Adult Literature Convention, and it's part of London Comic Con and has been held for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years, usually the last weekend of July. So this year it was hosted on the, I think it was the, what was the date? 28th of July to the 30th of July. And oh my god, it was so much fun. I picked up lots and lots of books which I'm going to be showing you. They are all right here. I've got some samplers to show you, I've got some ARCs to show you. Actually, I've got more than some, I've got quite a lot. I've also got some books that I bought at the convention, so I'm going to be showing you all of those today, and I hope you like it. And my face is really light on this side because my window is over there, and yeah, let's get going. So first of all, I have got the Language of Thorns sampler. So this was basically sort of a challenge to get this one, and Bookmark had set it all up. So basically these chocolate coins were dotted around the convention centre. I found this one on the Friday, but they were doing them on the Saturday and Sunday. And basically if you picked one of these up and took it to the bookmark stand, you got this bad boy. This actually says that it is a YALC exclusive. And that it also says, congratulations, you are one of the very first UK readers to get a peek at the Language of Thorns. It is super gorgeous. It has all these little illustrations around the side on each page, and it has a spread illustration as well at the end, and I am honestly so excited to read this book. I can't wait for it to come out. It comes out in September, if you don't know, which I'm sure you probably do because everybody does. And yeah, so that's that one. And then I also picked up Flawed, which is a novella, or well, it's a novel. This is a sampler with these authors in it. I picked it up at My Kind of Book, or rather My Kind of Book, and it is not actually out until the 12th of July 2018, so literally just under a year till this one's out. I don't really know much about it, I just sort of saw it hanging about in the little suitcases that they had and just went for it because it's got some authors I haven't read before, but they're authors that I want to read, so I just thought, why not? And plus it says every day told in 7 ways at the top, so I think it sounds really interesting, so we will see. Next up is A Skin Full of Shadows by Frances Harding. I think that's what it is. And again, this is an exclusive sampler. It was put out by My Kind of Book, just like Flawed was. It doesn't come out until the 21st of September 2017. But basically I picked this one up because they have plenty of them, but also because look how gorgeous the cover is. It is so pretty. And I didn't actually realise this until I got back to the hotel, but it's by the same author that wrote The Lie Tree, so I've never read that before, but I have definitely seen it and I do want to read it. So yeah, so there's that one as well. And then last but not least is Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. I think I said that right, I don't know. And basically, I don't know if you've seen, but the cover was revealed recently, like literally just before YALC, and I hadn't heard of it until the cover had been revealed, but ever since, so many people have been saying how much they want this. And so when I saw it again at My Kind of Book, because they're amazing, I just picked it up because why ever not. It's not out until the 8th of March 2018, and it sounds literally so interesting. And it says that it's inspired by West African mythology, and that it's the most anticipated YA fantasy of the year, and it's soon to be a major motion picture from Fox 2000. So if it's not even published yet and it's already got a movie, I think it must be pretty good. That is my samplers all done, and now we will go on to the books that I've bought, because that pile is slightly smaller than my ARCs. I say slightly, it's a lot smaller than my ARCs. So first up on the books that I bought is Because You Love to Hate Me, the anthology. So there are lots of authors which you probably already know about, because a lot of booktubers are featured in this and it has just been everywhere. But Victoria Schwab, Samantha Shannon and Ben of Benjamin of Tomes were all at YALC this weekend, and so I decided that I'd buy it so that I could get them to sign it, which they all did, and that was super nice. Instead of getting it signed in the usual signing space, I decided that I would get it signed on this bit, just because obviously everybody has their separate stories, and so it was easier for me to get it there rather than trying to collect signatures there, because there is no way they're all going to fit on there unless everybody does it like teeny tiny. So there's that one. I also then picked up Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton, which I also got signed. There it is. I've read Rebel of the Sands. I read that when I was away interrailing, but obviously because I was away and didn't get back till the Tuesday before, and I left for YALC on Thursday, I didn't really have enough time to go into town and buy this one, or any others for that matter. So yeah, I bought this one at YALC, and oh my god, I'm just looking at it and it's so pretty and shiny. And I don't know if you've seen, but they also did a cover reveal for Alwyn's third book, so that's really exciting and it's so pretty. And then as well as those two books, I have also bought the Throne of Glass colouring book and the A Court of Thorns and Roses colouring book. Basically, Bloomsbury had a 3 for 2, or rather 3 for £10 offer at YALC, and so I decided to pick up these two. And I also, as you've already seen, bought Because You Love to Hate Me, but I forgot to mention that I bought it on a deal with these at YALC. So next up is Blood for Blood. I thought it was Blood by Blood. That's what I've been calling it for literally, like, I don't know, ages, ever since I read Wolf by Wolf. I think that's why I got confused. But Blood for Blood is by Ryan Groudon, who is the author of Wolf by Wolf, which is the first book. And I didn't actually buy this from YALC, but I did buy it while in London for YALC because I wanted to get this signed. I actually bought this one from Foyles, but so basically on the Friday evening we went to Waterstones and Foyles, and I was like, should I get it, should I not, should I wait to see if it's on sale or something at YALC, which it wasn't. But yeah, so I didn't buy it, and then I went back the Saturday evening and Ryan Groudon had signed it in like the 24 hours since I'd been there before, which like is totally fine, but I was seeing her on Sunday, so I wanted her to sign it, so I did actually still take it to YALC with me, but just so that she could personalise it is all. So yeah, I also bought that. Now this book is very exciting because one of my best friends wrote this, and that is The Changeling's Journey by Christine Spores, and honestly the cover is super gorgeous, and I absolutely love it, and I have actually read it already. I was just waiting for a finished copy, but oh, it's so amazing. I would most definitely recommend it. Basically you just need to read this, but it is a Scottish fantasy based on Scottish folklore, and it's just amazing. You need to read this. So next up I have Rebellion by Josephine Boyce and Resistance, again by Josephine Boyce. So my friend Christine, who's a wee reader, who wrote The Changeling's Journey, and my friend Nazima, who is reading Hijabsi, have both read these and definitely recommend them. So Josephine Boyce was at YALC this weekend with her own store because she is an independent author, and so I decided that I would pick these up. She very kindly gave me this one as a gift, but I did buy this one, so yeah, I'm very excited about these two. They are dystopian, and I haven't really read much dystopian since I read The Hunger Games, so yes, I'm very excited to read these. Next up we have Released by Patrick Ness. I didn't actually buy this one, so my friend Kira, who is CI_designs, went to the signing for Patrick Ness in London in April, and she went with her sister, I believe, so there was an extra book going, so she very kindly got this one signed for me, and she gave it to me at YALC, so that was all very exciting. I've only read one Patrick Ness book before, and that was A Monster Calls, which I did actually quite enjoy, but I'm looking forward to exploring more of his writing. So next up is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns, which I am so happy that I own, thanks to the lovely Anissa of Fairy Loot for giving me this manuscript. Basically, I can't wait to read this, and I'm so excited. So now we can finally move on to the YALC arcs, and honestly there are so many that I'm not going to go through what they're about, but you definitely can find them on Goodreads because I've already listed them all on my Goodreads page, so if you do want to quickly look through them, I will link my Goodreads down below, but yeah, you can take a look at the books on my want to read shelf, so they will all be there. So the first arc that I'll be showing you is Moxie by Jennifer Matthew, I think, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yes, so I picked up this one. Then I also picked up There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins, which I am super excited for. This was actually one of my most anticipated books of the year, and I'm so excited that I have an early copy, so I will definitely be reading this one soon. Next I have This Mortal Coil by Emily Suvada, and that is what the cover will look like, but it says 3 billion lives at stake, 2 people who can save them, and 1 secret hidden in their DNA, which I think sounds really interesting and right up my street. We have House of Ash by Hope Cook, and this one I don't know anything about, but it was on the general YALC info table, so we picked up a copy. Following that is Beasts Made of Night by Tochi Onyebuchi, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure, but this one sounds really interesting, and these went quite quickly, I think, on the Friday, so yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. We have Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I'm sure you've heard of this one before, but it's a very highly anticipated sci-fi release that is coming out in January, so I just had to pick this one up, and I was luckily one of the first to get this book, so I was very happy about that. We have Blackbird, which is by N.D. Gomes. I don't really know much about this one, but it's got a super gorgeous cover, and it does actually sound very good, so I'm very excited to read this one. Next we have The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert, and I had been waiting for this one since Friday when they stopped putting it out, so I was very determined to get this book, and I eventually did on Saturday, so I was very happy about it and I cannot wait to read it. Next up is A Shiver of Snow and Sky by Lisa Ludecki. I think I said that right, I hope so, but I'm really excited to read this one. Next up is Invictus by Ryan Groudon, and this one is actually signed. There was a mad rush for this one when this one came out on Sunday morning, but luckily I managed to get into the queue for this and I snagged a copy. Next up is The Sacrifice Box, and this one is by Martin Stewart. I don't know much about this, but I saw that Lauren, who is Fiction Tea, had a copy, and it looked really pretty, and it does sound actually really interesting, so I'm very excited to start this one as well. We have The Fandom by Anna Day. This one has had quite a lot of popularity surrounding it. It's not out until January 2018, but yeah, it's basically, well, I think it's about a Comic-Con, which is perfect because YALC is part of London Comic-Con, so I'm very excited to read this one, and I'm gutted that I didn't get it signed because I wasn't actually aware that the author was going to be attending YALC until the day that she was, which I think was a Saturday, and I got this one on the Friday, so yeah. Next is The Taste of Blue Light, and it is by Lydia Ruffles. Bookmark tweeted out about this one, and I had seen people with a few copies of it, but when they tweeted out, I was sat outside a booth opposite, so I basically ran to the bookmark booth and picked this one up. So I was very lucky as there weren't many left. YALC actually included a lot of running for ARCs, so I'm not really surprised that I had to run for this one as well. Second to last on this list is the City of Brass, which is absolutely huge, and I am very excited about this one. I didn't actually know anything about it until YALC, when Naz and Christine both said about it, and we were lucky enough to snag the last 3 copies of this, of the sort of time slot that they were giving these away, I think is the right word. So yes, I'm very excited to start this one. It looks really pretty, but it's very, very big. It is 525 pages, so that's a lot to get through. Finally, we have The Beast's Heart, which, isn't it just so pretty? I absolutely love this one. So it's out on the 3rd of May 2018, and I was lucky enough to snag a copy of this at Chapter 5 Books. They were doing a lot of sort of competition type things to win copies of ARCs, and the one that I was part of was Pull a Beast Face, and yeah, so I'm very happy about this and I cannot wait to read it. It sounds so amazing, and I mean, I've got a year to read it, so, well, less than a year to read it, so I would definitely, well, I hope to get to it soon, but I actually I'll show you, have a list printed of all the ARCs that I received at YALC and the release dates for all of them, just so that I can get myself organised, both with my blog and with all the books, so that I know what to read, and I have 4 to read before September. So we'll see how that goes, but yes, so that is my YALC haul. I hope you enjoyed my very first video. I very much enjoyed recording it, and hopefully there will be some more videos soon. I have a job, so I'll only be able to record at weekends, but we will see how it goes. I'll still be blogging on my blog at hunguponbooks.wordpress.com, so you can follow me there. I will be posting every day as I usually do on my Instagram, which is hunguponbooks with an underscore at the end, and I also am very active on Twitter, so you can also follow me there. All the links will be down below in this box. If you'd like to subscribe, I would absolutely love that, so thank you if you do, and please make sure to give this video a big giant thumbs up, and I think that's everything. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!